Hey guys, so following on from the video that I did about a week ago, which was called something like Got a Guitar, What's Next? I did mention that there was a set of chords that I would start with learning first. And if you remember, they were called open chords. And I mentioned about playing your major chords, your minor chords, your seventh chords, your minor seventh chords, and your major seventh chords. And I mentioned that this was mainly because these chords were the most common chords used in a lot of popular songs. I mentioned that open chords, you want to get a good grasp of them before moving on to the sometimes more physically challenging chords like bar chords and partial bar chords. So what I've done in this video is I'm just playing through them so you can hear how they sound. I've shown you the fingerings and the strings that you should be playing, and at the end of the video there will be some chord diagrams which you can screenshot, and you can learn these particular chords the way that I play them. Now with many chords there are lots of different ways that you can play them. I would say that even though technically they may be right, they can be problematic playing them in a certain way with things like your chord changes. So the way that I play them, I would recommend that you go about learning these chords that particular way. Also as well, you will find that in lots of different places, whether it be on the internet or in a chord book, sometimes you will have conflicting ideas of the strings that you should be playing, because there is a technical right way to play chords, but sometimes theoretically by adding a particular string in, it can still be correct. But I would, with these chords in specific, the open chords, I would go with using the root note. So if it's an A chord, it would have an A string or an A note in the root. If it's an E chord, it would have an E note in the root. So most of them you want to play like that to start with, because when you start to put other notes in the root or in the bass, we have what we call inverted chords. So I think with the exception of maybe the B minor, I think all of these chords have their root note in the bass. Major chords. A, 5 strings from the A string down. C, 5 strings from the A string down. D, 4 strings from the D string down. E, 6 strings. G, 6 strings. Minor chords. A minor, 5 strings. B minor, 4 strings. D minor, 4 strings. E minor, 6 strings. A7, your 7th chords, 5 strings. C7, 5 strings. D7, 4 strings. E7, 6 strings. G7, 6 strings. So the 7th chords are also known as dominant chords. Minor 7 chords, 5 strings. A minor 7. D minor 7, which is a partial bar chord, but you're playing 4 strings from the D string down. E minor 7, all the strings. Major 7th chords. A major 7 from the A string down, 5 strings. C major 7, is like a C chord with the first finger off, 5 strings. D major 7, it's a partial bar, 4 strings from the D string down. F major 7, if you imagine it's like a C chord, but you move these 2 fingers down and you play 4 strings, so you have an open top E. And then G major 7. As I mentioned in my earlier video, there are some partial bar chords in this group of chords that I've written down. However, they still contain open strings, so they are actually open strings. I would say the majority of partial bar chords don't have open strings. So, like I say, learn the chords. They're all at the end. They're all written out in chord diagrams for you. Have a listen to how I play them, and you can compare your playing of the chords to how I'm playing them. And any questions or any comments, obviously feel free to leave in the comment section and I can get back to you.